Hello crafters, Michelle here. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, then welcome. I'm so happy you found me. Do you want to make a beautiful Christmas wreath? In today's crafting adventure, I'm going to show you step by step how to make this beautiful Joy to the World Christmas wreath. You get very little to no fraying when you use this method. Let me show you how to make my beautiful Joy to the World Christmas wreath. To get started on today's project, you're going to need a 14-inch wreath form that you can pick up from Dollar Tree. This happens to be silver, but it doesn't matter. You can use whatever color that you have. And you're also going to need 2 rolls of the Poly Pro mesh ribbon. You can pick this up at Hobby Lobby. Now, whenever I purchase my mesh from Hobby Lobby, I only purchase it when it's 50% off. The normal retail for this is $9.99, so I purchased 2 for $9.99. So that's pretty good for $10 in mesh and $1.25 wreath form, package of pipe cleaners. So for about $12, you have a nice base to work with. I really do like this mesh, especially if you want to put your wreath outside because it is weatherproof. And this roll is 10 inches by 10 yards, and this is their jute colored mesh. You also need a package of pipe cleaners cut in half. You want to cut your mesh into strips at 15 inches. Now, to do this method, you want to take the 2 cut ends and you fold them over themselves by about 1 inch to 1.5 inches, like that. So you're making a tube. Then you press that down. You start at one end and you scrunch up like you would on a standard ruffle. Stop in the middle, grab at the top, scrunch that down, meet in the center, take a pipe cleaner, wrap that around, I always like to fold it down so I can get a good grip. You want to pinch right at the base and give a couple twists. Okay, now this, where I have my ends, this is where all of your folded pieces are. Now that's the bottom. You want to make sure your ends are on the bottom. And then you can just adjust your little bundle. And that's what it looks like. I always think it looks like a little butterfly or a flower. Let me show you one more time. So you have your piece of mesh cut at 15 inches. Take your ends, fold them over themselves by about 1 inch to 1.5 inches, so you have a tube. Press down in the center. Start at one end and scrunch up to the center. Start at the other end and then scrunch down. Meet in the middle. Now all of those cut ends are up here on the top, so that is going to be your bottom. Wrap your pipe cleaner around. Fold down so you can get a good grip. Pinch and twist. Now when you look at your bundle, if it's not even, you don't have the same amount on either side. If it's a little off, that's okay. But if you have, like on this one, this area is much larger, just grab the other side, grab the center, and just kind of pull until your bundle looks a little bit more even, like that. When this goes in onto the wreath, this is going to be folded up like this. So that's the texture that you're going to see. That's why you want them to be relatively even. Okay? Now to attach our bundles to our wreath form, we're going to be attaching it to the 2 bars in the center all the way around. And between each crossbar is a section. And in each section you'll put 6 bundles. It will take a total of 1.5 rolls. You will have a good amount of mesh left over. So just feed your pipe cleaners on either side of those 2 bars in the center. Pull them together and give a good twist. I like to pull them together and then I push them forward. This helps keep the back of your wreath looking nice and clean and professional, and you will not be able to see those from the front. I really do love the base on this wreath. It is my folded ruffle method. I designed this method back in May of 2020 to be used with Dollar Tree mesh. And then you just push them over. And see, that's the beautiful texture. I absolutely love that texture and no fraying. I'm going to work on my base and get some of the sections done, and then I'll come back and show you my progress. I have 4 sections done, and that was 1 roll of the 10-inch by 10-yard mesh. I am absolutely loving that base. Look at that beautiful texture and absolutely no fraying. Beautiful. So 1 roll covered the 4 sections, and here on the back you can see I only attached them to the 2 bars here in the center, and I did place 6 bundles in each section. But by tucking your pipe cleaners down, look at how nice and clean the back looks. Absolutely wonderful. Okay, I'm going to finish my base and then I'll be back and we can move forward and decorate. I have my base all complete. I'm very happy with how thick and full it is. I really like the texture, and I really like the fact that there is no fraying on this base. As you can see, I attached everything to the 2 bars in the middle, and it did take 6 bundles per section. The sign that we're going to be using today is this one. I really do like it. It says "Joy to the World." I really love holly decor at Christmas time. I also like the way that it's shaped as a tag, and that they've also included a grommet. Now I've decided I want to leave the rope here. I kind of like that look of it coming off of the tag. And to prep it to go onto my wreath, I did glue on 2 pipe cleaners down in each corner here at the bottom. And then at the end of the rope, I also added a piece of floral wire here. I just wrapped it around the end. This is going to help me to attach that end to my wreath. I just used the floral wire that I picked up from Dollar Tree. I like the silver. It's 26 gauge and you get 100 feet for $1.25. Now I want to place my sign on the top of my wreath. I always like that best. And I want it slightly angled and off to the side. I am planning on putting a large bow up in this area, and then I want to add some other embellishments around the rest of the wreath. Now to get this attached, I'm simply going to take my pipe cleaners, separate my deco mesh here until I can get down to that wire frame in the back, and then you simply attach it to the wire frame. Now you can attach it anywhere that you like on the wire frame to get the sign to sit how you like it. You'll do the same thing with the floral wire at the top. Okay, I'm going to get my sign attached. I have my sign attached. It's nice and sturdy. It's not going to go anywhere. We're going to work on our bow now. Now these are the 2 ribbons that I've chosen. I picked up both of these at Costco this year. And this one is 2.5 inches, and these rolls are 50 yards and they were $8.49. And this one is 1.5 inches, and I really like this. It has a little bit of a diamond cut pattern in there and just a little bit of extra shimmer. It's absolutely gorgeous ribbon. I don't know if my camera can pick that up, but it is so pretty. And to play off the holly and the sign, I have this beautiful holly ribbon that's trimmed with just a little bit of gold to add that little bit of extra sparkle. I'm going to be using my Deluxe Easy Bow Maker. I really do like this. I have arthritis in my hands and it does make it difficult for me to make bows. This does help me out quite a bit because it does hold everything for me. We're going to start with the holly ribbon today. And I'm going to measure my tail at 8 inches. You want to pinch and twist and then come down between the two large dowel rods. Now on your tails, the nice side should be facing up, but as you go to make your loops for your bow, the nice side should be facing down. And with this ribbon, I'm going to be making 3 loops on either side at 5 inches. For your convenience, in the description box below is a detailed list of all the tools and materials I used to make this beautiful Christmas wreath. I do like the Easy Bow Maker too because you can actually fluff out and play with your bow before you tie it together to make sure that it's looking the way that you want, that your loops look right. I really do like this aspect of the Bow Maker. And I did pick up my Bow Maker on Amazon.com. I'm happy with that, so we're going to move on to this really pretty red ribbon. Again, I'm going to measure my tails at 8 inches and pinch. Twist as I come through. And with this one, I'm going to make 2 loops on either side at 4 inches. I want to add a center loop and I'm going to do it using this ribbon. I'm just going to put a little loop together, decide how big I want it, and then I'm going to pinch that and slide that right down inside. And then I'm going to pull out another tail and trim it at 8 inches. You're also going to need a full-length pipe cleaner. You want to take that and slide that down underneath the ribbon all the way till you get next to the dowel rods. Lift up. I kind of push down to make sure everything stays snug and then lift out. And then I take my pipe cleaners, I wrap it around the center and I pull it to the back. Pull nice and tight. You want that really nice and tight and give a good twist or two. Then just pull down your tails and open up your loops. I always like to hold mine right in the center here, so that I don't pull too hard and pull anything out. Okay, and that's approximately what your bow should look like. And I do my final adjusting and I trim my tails once I get it on my wreath. I have a better judgment of how long I want to keep my tails that way. Then I want to place my bow kind of up here on the side. This way I can kind of play with my tails. And this is why I like to leave it until I get it onto my wreath to decide how long I want to keep my tails, because I want to make sure that you can see my sign. And then to attach this, you just take your pipe cleaners, feed it down through your deco mesh, and attach it to the wreath form in the back, just like you did your sign. I have my bow on and I trimmed my tails. Now this time I decided I wanted to keep my tails a little on the shorter side, but I'm really happy with that. I like that you can still fully see everything on the sign. It matches very well with the holly on the sign, so I'm super happy with that. I'm going to be adding some of this really pretty flocked holly that I found over at Dollar Tree. It's just called Holly Berry. But I thought that was really pretty. I absolutely love the variegated leaves on the holly. You will only need one stem. I'm also going to add some of these ornaments. I picked these up at Dollar Tree as well. Now this is not the smallest one, but it is the second to smallest. These are the smallest ones that come in the little tiny packages. This is one size up, and I really like that soft red glow. I like that. And then I'm thinking I don't have any white, but I think the silver, this really soft silver, will also look really pretty. So I'm going to be adding these as well. Now to prep your floral, you just want to cut it and leave a decent sized stem. You need probably about 2 inches. And you want the berries to stand up a little bit higher, so don't push your leaves all the way up to the top. That's what I normally do, but on these I want the berries to kind of stand out. So I'm going to leave some length there, and then I need 2 inches past those to glue it in. And we're going to be adding these with hot glue. I always like to play with my placement first. So you can just take these and kind of stick them in around the wreath where you think you might want them. And if it looks right, then once you have them placed where you like them, you can go back and hot glue them in. Okay, I think I like that for my holly. And then to glue this in, we're just going to be adding some hot glue right here on the stem. And then just feed it into the deco mesh. You want to make sure it gets good contact. And then get it placed. And same thing when you're placing your little red ornaments here. I always put it around the top. This is the part we don't want to see. And then you can take these and just nestle them into the mesh as well. Just make sure you get good contact. I'm going to add in the rest of my embellishments, and then I'll come back and show you the finished product. And here you go, we are all done. I'm really happy with the end result. I think the holly and those little Christmas ornaments were the perfect final addition to complete this Joy to the World Christmas wreath. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up and show me some love in the comments. This really does help support my channel. And if you know anyone who would enjoy my content, please share it with them. Thanks so much for stopping by. It's always a pleasure to see you. I hope everyone is staying happy, healthy, and strong. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.